Oh, it's a crazy Monday already today. Had another issue with my mortgage payment being double processed, which was really fun to deal with this morning. Made me run late to an interview, which is now making me run late to another interview. So we're gonna drive into the office today to try and save a little bit of time. I think that's pretty much all I'm gonna be doing today is interviews, and then booking my travel. I'm going out of town. Should be an interesting trip. We're gonna go up to Olympia, Washington, and then spend the day in Portland checking out some new offices that we're looking at. And then that's pretty much it. So it's nighttime now. That's the kind of Monday I had. The bank account stuff in the morning, team stuff all day, interviews, the kids going crazy. Jake won't sleep. I was gonna even do like a monologue here about something that I cared about, but I just don't have time. So this is gonna be a short video. I'm not even sure what it's gonna be. I want to do a bit on growing a company and team communication. Since I'm 5 days behind on editing, I can record that tomorrow and put it in today's video. Sounds like a good idea. Monologue time. So a question I get asked all the time in interviews and by other people is, what's your biggest challenge at Greenbits? And I think they're always expecting something technical or something along the lines of like competition or something like that. But honestly, anyone that's grown a business or anyone that's been part of a growing business, they know the biggest challenge is communication and scaling the team. So the way we're structured is we kind of have 3 big organizations, I guess maybe 4 in the company. And in order to succeed as a company, those 4 organizations have to work really, really well together. What happens is within an organization, you'll see like the sales organization or the support organization or the product engineering organization. They become kind of self-sustaining units, which is exactly what you want. The problem is the communication across those bubbles gets very, very challenging without the right processes in place to make sure the communication's happening effectively. Putting those processes in place is very hard. Too much process makes the communication too rigid and you can't adapt to change. Too little process and you end up dropping the ball on big communication changes. So I by no way have any sort of solution for this. Just felt like it was a good topic to touch on in terms of some of the challenges that you face growing a business and some of the challenges Greenbits is facing right now. Some other unique challenges that we're facing that I'm not sure we fully anticipated when we decided to go this route or when we let it go this route. Not really sure if it was a decision or not. Is the challenge of a partial remote team. So in my experience so far, a fully remote team or a fully local, so in the same office, team can work really well. When we started, we were effectively a fully remote team that actually worked pretty well. At the last company that we were at, we were a fully local team. That worked pretty well. Here we have kind of a unique challenge. We have 2 offices. Some of those teams I mentioned are in one office, some of those teams I mentioned are in another office. So we're hiring local teams, but there's a remote aspect to it. So there's a lot of in-person communication that happens that doesn't get translated digitally, and there's a lot of digital communication that doesn't get translated in person, which adds a whole new unique challenge to the communication problem and figuring out processes to solve that. Anyways, that's the monologue. Those are some of the challenges we're facing. I would say that's our biggest challenge right now. For anyone that's thinking of asking me that question, or anyone that's going to ask that question, that's my answer. Good night.